Good morning, America. Libel suit. Overnight, President Trump suing the Wall Street Journal, denying reporting he sent a birthday note to Jeffrey Epstein. The paper's response overnight as the Justice Department officially asked the court to unseal those grand jury transcripts in the Epstein case. Is it enough to satisfy MAGA supporters?
Prisoner swap. Venezuela frees 10 Americans in exchange for 250 Venezuelans deported by the U.S. to that notorious prison in El Salvador. The major three-nation diplomatic deal.
Breaking news, a car slams into a crowd outside a nightclub in East Hollywood. More than 30 people injured, dozens sent to the hospital, the chaotic scene, and what we're learning about the driver.
Deadly explosion. 3 veteran Los Angeles sheriff's deputies killed in a blast at a training center. The urgent investigation into what went wrong.
Air scare. A passenger handcuffed accused of trying to open the emergency exit door mid-flight. Pilots making an emergency landing, plus smoke seen pouring from this Delta flight.
Health battle. Academy Award-winning actress Lupita Nyong'o opening up about a medical condition affecting millions of American women. What you need to know about the symptoms and treatment options.
And WNBA All-Star Weekend, kicking off with contests and challenges overnight.
How about the money ball? She got it!
The trophy winners and the look ahead to the weekend's highlight when teams Clark and Collier go head-to-head.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good morning, America.
I was not expecting that.
A shimmy from Wit.
Hey, we made it to Saturday. Why
Yeah,
not?
so glad you're back. Good morning, America. It was a sweep by the New York Liberty. Awesome skills on display overnight for the WNBA's All-Star Weekend. We've got all the highlights and the look ahead to tonight's All-Star game coming up.
And we can't wait for that. Also ahead this morning, the TSA opens new lanes to speed up airport security. We're going to tell you who gets to use them, and we're also tracking the 4th shark bite of the season at a popular Florida beach. So many people out there on the beaches.
Yeah, more on that ahead, but we do begin here with President Trump's $10 billion lawsuit filed overnight against the Wall Street Journal over a letter the paper says Trump allegedly sent to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday. ABC's Olivia Rubin is here with more on that. Olivia, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Whit. It was an explosive day for President Trump on a story he has repeatedly said he just wants people to stop talking about. But he's now back in court in 2 ways, and he's gearing up for what could be a lengthy legal process that might not end anytime soon. This morning, the Department of Justice now officially asking the courts to unseal those grand jury transcripts in the case of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It's a move that makes good on a recent promise from President Trump as he tries to find an off-ramp and tamp down some of that outrage coming from within his own base over his administration's handling of the case. Trump saying, quote, based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I've asked the Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony, subject to court approval. But the critics say grand jury transcripts are not enough.
Here's the problem. The grand jury testimony is largely about Epstein and Maxwell, not about all the rich and powerful men who abused, assaulted, and abandoned young women. Those people are still being protected.
ABC's Mary Bruce with the president.
Mr. President, why haven't you ordered Pam Bondi to release the full files?
The DOJ acknowledging in its filing that their request followed, quote, significant public interest ever since they released that memo almost 2 weeks ago saying a review found no evidence that Epstein kept a client list. Trump's base erupting given some of Trump's own supporters have embraced various Epstein conspiracies. That directive from Trump, of course, coming just hours after the Wall Street Journal reported on a letter Trump allegedly wrote to Epstein in 2003 for Epstein's 50th birthday. ABC News has not confirmed the existence of the letter, and Trump denies he wrote it, now filing a $10 billion defamation lawsuit against the paper and its owner, Rupert Murdoch, saying the letter is, quote, non-existent. Dow Jones, the parent company of the Wall Street Journal, saying in a statement they have, quote, full confidence in the rigor and accuracy of our reporting and will vigorously defend against any lawsuit. It's not clear how much new information actually exists in those grand jury documents, and it's still likely to be a long and complicated road until any of them are actually released, and that's if they ever are. There now will likely be hearings for a judge to consider the legal arguments and critically weigh what impact this could have on any potential victims. Guys.
All right, Olivia Rubin, thank you so much. We're going to turn now to the prisoner swap resulting in 10 Americans being freed from Venezuela. ABC's Selena Wang joins us now from Washington with more on this exchange. Good morning, Selena.
Hey, Janae, good morning. It's an emotional moment for the families of those 10 Americans finally coming back home. Their freedom in exchange for the release of hundreds of Venezuelan migrants in a mega prison in El Salvador. The Trump administration had sent them there as part of President Trump's immigration crackdown. This morning, 10 Americans detained in Venezuela freed in a sweeping prisoner swap. New video overnight showing some of the freed Americans touching down in El Salvador, meeting with the nation's president before heading back to the U.S.
With all of my heart and with God's blessing, you're free now, and you're going home.
In return, El Salvador released more than 250 Venezuelan migrants. The Trump administration had deported them to El Salvador's notorious prison months ago after invoking a centuries-old wartime authority used to remove non-citizens with little or no due process. Earlier, El Salvador's president released this video of those prisoners boarding planes in handcuffs, saying, "We have handed over all the Venezuelan nationals detained in our country." U.S. officials say Venezuela's government has been targeting Americans to use as bargaining chips. Among those released, 37-year-old Lucas Hunter, who was detained while on a surfing trip. His family pleaded for his return.
Please finish the job and bring Lucas home safe.
Jorge Vargas, a grandfather detained last September, his family says his health has been in decline. And Wilbert Castaneda, a U.S. Navy SEAL arrested in his hotel room while visiting a friend. Secretary of State Marco Rubio says they were arrested under highly questionable circumstances and without proper due process, adding that every wrongfully detained American in Venezuela is now free and back in our homeland. Now, the Trump administration claims the migrants were part of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua, but advocates and family members dispute that, saying many had no criminal record. A lawyer for the ACLU says that with this move, the Trump administration is, quote, trying to avoid all judicial accountability. Gio?
All right, Selena Wang, thank you for your reporting. Meanwhile, Russia reportedly launches a deadly strike on Ukraine. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky says that Russian forces fired a barrage of more than 300 drones and at least 30 missiles into 10 regions overnight. Ukraine reports one person was killed, 6 others were injured in a southern port city. The strikes damaged buildings and knocked out electricity in some areas. Rescue operations in the affected regions are now underway. Janae?
Now to the flash flood and severe weather threats for today and the rest of the weekend. Samara is here tracking it all. Hey, Samara.
Hey, good morning, Janae. All right, take a look at this. This is Dante, Virginia. You can see rushing water moving across the road there, not too far from there in Galaxy City, Virginia. We had 9 people and 4 pets that had to be rescued because of this rushing water. So that threat still persists today. Flash flood risk for everyone in green with an elevated flood risk for everyone in yellow. Storms continuing to pulse across parts of the Midwest through the Tennessee and Ohio Valley as we head through Saturday. There's also a threat for severe weather. Now, while there's a chance for a few tornadoes from Des Moines, Davenport to Chicago, Toledo, down to Louisville, I will say the greatest risk that we're looking at today is the damaging winds and the flash flooding. So make sure you are staying alert with those phones. Janae?
All right. Thank you, Samara. We are turning now to breaking news out of Los Angeles. A driver plowing into a crowd outside a nightclub in East Hollywood. At least 30 people injured, dozens of patients transported to the hospital. ABC's Melissa Don joins us live from the scene. You were just getting out there. Melissa, tell us what you're learning so far.
Good morning, Janae. This is a very active scene still at this hour because just a couple of hours ago, this is what we saw. It was groups of people that were apparently outside here of this music venue, the Vermont here in East Hollywood, when suddenly a car that you can still see out here in the distance, that gray car, slammed into the crowd. There was a crowd because there was about several dozens of people outside of that live music event, a taco stand, a valet stand, but suddenly that driver, for some reason that LAPD is now investigating, crashed into the group of people. people, about 30 people, we were told, are injured. The numbers, though, however, Janae, at this point are ranging from the most critical, about 7 people facing critical injuries. Then we're looking into about another 6 with serious, but more than a dozen upward that are just facing minor injuries following this car slamming again into the Vermont Music the venue overnight hours here into Saturday morning. So this is something that we're looking at. When we were seeing video, it was pretty graphic. At one point, seeing different people lying on the ground, other bystanders running to help out people because it was just suddenly such a chaotic scene, but a massive response from firefighters. We've been seeing several of these EMS vehicles lined up, more than 100 firefighters and about 25 first responders coming out from the Los Angeles Police Department. Right now, guys, the LAPD is investigating exactly what caused this crash, and then also further a report of a gunshot that fired afterwards, and then there's a victim with a gunshot wound. So a lot here to unwrap and unpack as we're going to be following it, guys.
Yeah, still a lot of questions. We'll stay on top of it. Melissa Adon, thank you. And another developing story in the LA area, the urgent investigation into a deadly explosion at a sheriff's department training site, the blast killing 3 veteran deputies.
This morning, authorities identifying the 3 Los Angeles deputies who died in that tragic explosion.
An explosion with 3 down.
Police say detectives Joshua Kelly Eklund, Victor Lemus, and William Osborne were at the LA County Sheriff's Department training facility, which houses the department's special enforcement units and bomb squad, when the blast went off. The FBI and ATF now investigating what went wrong.
It appears LA County Sheriff's deputies from the bomb squad were pulling something on a cart.
It happened in a parking lot filled with sheriff's patrol cars and box trucks. The back window of a police SUV blown out. The blast killing 3 deputies described as elite members of the arson explosives detail with a collective 74 years of service.
I have met with 2 of the 3 families thus far, and as you can imagine, those were extremely challenging conversations. We had 3 fatalities of our employees, which I call heroes. They're very heroic in the work that they do.
Late Friday, a somber procession for the 3 fallen deputies.
These were very highly specialized, trained individuals that take years to get into this special squad, a bomb squad.
LA firefighters rushing to the scene. The LAPD bomb squad called in to help, followed by sheriff's homicide detectives. As investigators sealed off the scene for hours, friends and colleagues speaking out in honor of the fallen deputies.
When you sign up for the job, you know it's going to be a dangerous job, and it's something that's always in the back of your mind. I can think of no greater honor, truly, than to die in the service of people of LA County. I'm sure their families are proud of their service, as I am.
And LA Sheriff Robert Luna says this incident is the largest loss of life for the Los Angeles Sheriff Department in 170 years. At this point, it's still too early in the investigation to know exactly what went wrong. Janae.
Wow, incredible story, Whit. Thank you. Now to the terrifying moments for dozens of passengers and crew aboard a SkyWest flight forced to make an emergency landing. A passenger allegedly fighting with flight crew and then trying to open an emergency door. ABC's Morgan Norwood is here with these really scary details. Good morning, Morgan.
Hey, good morning to you, Janae. Certainly a chaotic situation. Federal officials say this plane was thousands of feet in the air when a passenger tried to open the exit door mid-flight. He is one of nearly 874 unruly passengers that the FAA has reported just this year. And this morning, the FBI is investigating.
This was the moment a passenger was led away in handcuffs off a SkyWest plane after authorities say he tried to open the exit door and shoved a flight attendant, forcing the plane to make an emergency landing. Pilots immediately alerting air traffic control.
In a fight with our flight attendant right now, trying to open the emergency exit.
This morning, 23-year-old Mario Nekprolaj facing possible federal charges. According to a criminal complaint, the captain made an announcement requesting assistance from passengers to help flight attendants subdue him after he allegedly tried to open the emergency exit door. The passenger jet traveling from Omaha, Nebraska to Detroit on Thursday with 71 passengers and crew aboard, diverting to an airport in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. About a half hour later, police waiting to take the suspect into custody. According to the complaint, Nekprolaj also threatening to kill one of the flight attendants. SkyWest telling ABC News they have zero tolerance for unruly behavior, as safety for our customers and crew is our top priority. That incident not the only midair scare this summer travel season.
Okay, but no indication of fire. Okay, thanks for checking it out. I really appreciate it.
Watch as smoke pours from this Delta flight, forced to turn back to LAX after the airline says the plane suffered an issue with its left engine. That flight landing safely, and Delta saying customers were put on a new plane to their final destination.
And as for that unruly passenger, police say they found Xanax hidden on him at the time of his arrest. We know that state charges have been dropped, but the FBI is moving forward and expecting a federal indictment as well, Gio.
All right, so scary moments for some of those passengers. Morgan, thank you so much. Meanwhile, this morning, a 17-year-old remains in jail charged with murder in the death of a beloved Maine paddleboarder. And that teen could now be tried as an adult. More now from ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Katersky.
This morning, the Maine teen now charged with murdering Sunshine Stewart is in juvenile detention, but prosecutors say they intend to try him as an adult. Prosecutors say 17-year-old Devin Young acted with depraved indifference to Stewart's life when he allegedly strangled and bludgeoned her to death shortly after she went paddleboarding on Crawford Pond.
This is the spot where Sunshine Stewart left on her paddleboard. She put the board in the water, went for a quick swim, came up on that ladder, got on the board, and paddled out to 100-acre island. Around the back side of that island is where her body was found.
Stewart was at the same rustic campground in Union, Maine, where sources told ABC News Young has spent summers with his family for the last several years. The sources said he remained at the campground for 2 weeks between the time Stewart was killed and he was arrested.
It's unfathomable to me that this could be perpetrated by a young man, a teenage boy.
Young made his initial appearance in court via video conference. He denied the allegations and was ordered held until his next court date in August, in part, the judge said, to prevent him from inflicting bodily harm on others. Friends of Stewart, who was known as Sunny, are remembering her as a remarkable, charismatic person who touched many lives.
She just lived such a really unique and wonderful life, and she touched so many people, and I just want the focus now to be on how she lived.
Aaron Katersky, ABC News, New York.
And our thanks to Aaron for that report. An urgent search is underway for the person who blew up a trash can outside the home of a former Minnesota GOP lawmaker. Michael Brocker was shared surveillance video capturing the blast just steps from his front door. He says a masked person detonated a device just after midnight on Friday. The explosion so loud it woke up his family from their sleep. The blast underscores heightened concerns of political violence in Minnesota following last month's shooting deaths of lawmaker Melissa Hortman and her husband.
To Florida now, where a teenage surfer is recovering this morning after being bitten by a shark in New Smyrna Beach. The 18-year-old was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Authorities say he was bitten on the foot. This is the fourth shark bite in New Smyrna Beach alone this year. And a stunning sight hundreds of miles up the East Coast. Sharks were spotted on a feeding frenzy. Look at this, near New York's Fire Island. Drone video shows sharks feasting on a buffet of bunkerfish. The drone operator says he saw one shark swim near two snorkelers, but they didn't seem to notice.
Oh, all right. You got to be careful out there. All right. New changes are coming for travelers. Many have already gone into effect. The summer travel season, it is now in full swing. ABC's Ike Ajachi is here now with the details. Ike, what's going on? Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Gio. Let me tell you, air travel is getting a little easier for members of the military. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem just rolled out a new honor lane. It's an express security lane just for uniformed service members. Right now, you'll find it at 11 airports, but there are plans to bring it to even more soon. And that's not all. DHS is also launching a new perk for Gold Star families, those who've lost a loved one in active duty service. They'll now be able to apply for TSA PreCheck without having to pay the usual fee. And all these new benefits start right away. Secretary Noem is also making things simpler at security. Travelers no longer have to remove their shoes. And another big shift, she also hinted earlier this week that liquid restrictions could be next up on the list for updates. So why all these changes right now? Well, travel numbers are soaring. The FAA just reported Thursday was the busiest day for flights in U.S. airspace since 2010, almost 56,000 flights in a single day. On most days, we see about 45,000. So the bottom line, some well-earned perks and a bit less hassle for military families, just as airports are busier than ever. Janae?
All right, Ike, thank you so much.
All right, the victory lap continues for the Philadelphia Eagles as the team gets those Super Bowl rings. Players and coaches, they finally got their hands on those dazzling new rings. Look at them right there. It's all about the detail, though. 145 diamonds on the bezel. That's the number of points scored in the playoffs. And there are retractable wings that extend with the press of a button. How cool is that? Right? Look at that thing. The Eagles logo, it sits over 2 Lombardi trophies, signifying, of course, the team's Super Bowl victories. But how amazing is that?
The retractable wings.
I've never seen that.
It's like a Batman ring or something like that. Cool stuff. All right. Thank you, Gio, for that. Coming up here on GMA, Cristian Cordero joins us live from Indiana, home of the WNBA All-Star Weekend. Cristian, good morning.
Whit, good morning. Things are heating up here courtside. WNBA All-Star Game is just hours away. Don't flinch. Stay with us.
Okay, Cristian. Plus, we've got the Texas University that expelled a fraternity following a campus investigation into hazing allegations.
And in our next hour, how age verification is coming to one of the major players in online gaming. Parents are definitely not going to want to miss this. You're watching GMA on this Saturday morning.
They're just like these nervous creatures that jump and slobber all over you.
Ew! Get off of me! Ugh, as if.
Oh, I so wish there was a camera on
Was your
Janae.
microphone on that whole time?
Like,
Because-
that was amazing. She was acting out the part.
I can recite this movie word for word.
Welcome back to GMA here. We're celebrating 30 years of the teen comedy Clueless. I cannot believe it's been 30 years. Coming up in Pop News, how you can relive the fun and the fashions inspired by the hit 90s movie.
It was
Janae,
so
you do that.
good. It was so good.
Say the as if one more time.
As if.
Yeah. We've heard that around here a
That
few
movie.
times. Yeah.
Oh my God. Let's take a look at some of the other stories that we're following on this Saturday morning. Right now, an investigation into what touched off a shooting linked to a possible road rage incident in Philadelphia. Police say 2 drivers got out of their cars and shot at each other Friday morning. A 27-year-old woman was shot. Police say she was an innocent bystander. The 2 shooting suspects are in custody.
A fraternity is getting expelled from a college amid a hazing death investigation. Omega Psi Phi is now banned from Southern University and A&M College in Baton Rouge. The Beta Sigma chapter was at the center of a hazing allegation earlier this year. In February, 20-year-old Caleb Wilson died after he was reportedly punched in the chest while pledging. 3 people have been charged in his death.
And pop supergroup BTS is back with a new album as they gear up for a reunion tour. The boy band dropped Permission to Dance on stage live. The album's 22 tracks are songs from their 2021 world tour. This live album is BTS's first project since finishing up their military service. The group says they are working on new music and they plan to hit the road sometime next year. I know a lot of people will be very excited.
Yeah, our audio loves BTS so much. Put it on blast. There we go. Pump it up. Good stuff. All right, we do start this half hour with all the excitement surrounding the WNBA All-Star Weekend. The top players taking part in challenges and contests overnight ahead of the big game. And ABC's Cristian Cordero is right there in the mix where it's all happening in Indianapolis. Cristian, good morning.
Whit, good morning from the set stage. That is the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. This is where New York Liberty players were dominant last night. But now it is all about Team Clark or Team Collier. This morning, women's basketball is bringing Indianapolis to a fever pitch.
How about the money ball? She got
it! The WNBA All-Star Weekend heating up last night with its 3-point contest.
Ionescu putting up a monster performance.
The New York Liberty's Sabrina Ionescu dominant. Her 30 points, the second highest ever, trailing only the record 37 points Ionescu scored in 2023.
The last time I was here in Indy against Steph, I lost, so I feel like I had to come back and redeem myself.
And in the skills challenge, 5 players raced through obstacles, shooting and passing under pressure.
She's going with some pace early on.
Natasha Cloud joining to lift the trophy.
The layup with 2, with 1, Cloud beats the buzzer!
As she beat Seattle Storm's Erica Wheeler by 1 second.
Once I got to the last target, I looked up, I had 3 seconds, I said, don't smoke this layup.
With the WNBA attendance at record pace tonight, all eyes are on the main event.
Within steps of the Gainbridge Fieldhouse and throughout downtown Indianapolis, you see a celebration of the sport and the fans who have helped grow it.
The All-Star lineup led by team captains Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier. Clark, sidelined with an injury, will cheer her teammates on.
Among them, fellow Fever player Aaliyah Boston, 3-time MVP Asia Wilson, and rookies Sonia Citron and Kiki Iriafen. Collier, one of this year's MVP candidates, has rising star Paige Beckers on her roster.
Oh, what a pretty shot from Paige Beckers.
On Friday, our Robin Roberts spoke with some of the top All-Stars.
What are you going to do to lead your team on Saturday?
Oh, we have a great team. I mean, we have all the best players on my side, I have to say, through my GM work. I think we got the defense, we got scoring, so I think we're going to go out there and just play some really fun basketball.
So something fun tonight, guys. For the first time ever, at times you will see the scoreboard jump by 4 points. And that's because throughout the court, there will be these 4 different markers, 34 feet from the rim. If you shoot from it and you score, you get those 4. Or not, Gio. Back to you.
Oh,
we were rooting for you.
We leaned in. We were like, is she going to do it? You look really comfortable out there, though, Christiane.
You do. Yeah. As we take a look at the medical condition affecting up to 77% of women in their childbearing years, a huge number. And that includes Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o, who is sharing her experiences living with fibroids, speaking with members of Congress this week in an effort to increase research funding. So joining us now with more on fibroids is board-certified gynecologist Dr. Jessica Shepard. Dr. Shepard, it's so nice to talk to you on GMA. We always talk over on our digital channel. Great to have you with us. Let's start with what exactly are fibroids and why is talking about them so important?
Talking about them is so important. And what are fibroids? Now, this is the most common benign tumor of the pelvis. So it is very common, like you said, 77% of women have it in their reproductive years. The real trick is understanding, do you have one, how it's diagnosed, and what those symptoms may be.
And so this is a condition that disproportionately affects Black women, up to 80%, is that correct?
Yeah, when we look at the numbers, and again, that's where the research should go and why African-American women are having more fibroids and more symptomatic fibroids, just like you're hearing from Lupita's story. But many women do have fibroids. But when you look at ethnicity, you're going to see a severe increase when we are talking about Black women.
Okay, and so for any woman who is watching at home, how would they even know if they have fibroids? Like, what are some of the symptoms? And why do so many women often face delays or even misdiagnosis before getting the right care?
You know, that's a great question, Janae. And here is really the caveat to it is if we have 77% or even up to 80% of women having fibroids, it really is something where we're going to wait as a physician for symptoms, which may be heavy bleeding or pain in the pelvis, but then going into imaging and really having ultrasound to be that diagnostic criteria that we're going to see the fibroids in the actual uterine muscle.
And this is so interesting because part of what makes this so insidious and many women not knowing about it is because they think a lot of these symptoms are just part of their normal cycle, right?
Yeah, this is where we really see the problem because I think in women's health, we really see that a lot of things are dismissed. And so when women come with complaints that may lead up to a diagnosis of a fibroid, many times they're dismissed, not heard, or said, that's normal and that should happen in a cycle. But the real questions that we should be asking are, is this different? Or how is it impacting your quality of life? And I think when we start to ask more of those questions, you'll start to see that the diagnosis of fibroids, especially the symptomatic ones, is really where we're going to see women who are going to be now impacted because we can treat them.
Yeah, because of the ways that it can really impact women's lives in so many different ways. Let's talk about treatment. What options are available?
Yeah. Now, we have both medical and surgical, and that's what I really want to emphasize for women who are listening today is that there are options. And so you can start with medical treatment, which can be a form of birth control or oral contraceptives, even working into medications that have been developed specifically for the symptoms of fibroids, but are not hormonal. And then we move more into the procedural or surgical options, which can be anywhere from procedures that don't really, cost you a long recovery into more of your invasive procedures such as a myomectomy, removing the fibroid from the uterine tissue and keeping the uterus intact, or hysterectomy, which is removal of the actual uterus with the fibroids.
There is so much to get into, but starting the conversation and keeping it going is all a part of that. So Dr. Jessica Shepard, thanks for being with us.
All right, so on the heels of Lilo and Stitch just becoming the first billion-dollar grossing American movie of 2025, Will Gans is here to test our knowledge on those mega blockbusters from the past. So let's go. We're ready.
Let's get into it. In honor of Lilo
and Stitch, we're celebrating with a quiz we're calling Who Wants to Be a Box Office Billionaire? Okay? All right, so question number 1. What became the first female solo-directed flick to make $1 billion back in the summer of 2023?
Barbie?
Yes, Barbie.
Greta Gerwig?
Everybody cuts in before the question is finished. But
You got to do what you got to do.
When you know it, you know it.
Okay.
Our own in-house Ken got that one right. Point to Gio there.
Kenergy.
Kenergy. All right, number 2.
I am Ken.
What was the highest-grossing movie of all time? What is the highest-grossing movie of all time?
Titanic.
Directed by
Avatar.
James Cameron.
It's not Titanic.
It is.
Oh
It's
my
Avatar.
Avatar. So
Racking up more
I
than
knew
$2
that
billion.
too.
Guys,
It's released
Titanic
in
was in 2009.
Oh, you're right. Okay,
But
all right.
I hadn't gotten to that point in the
You're right.
question
That's
yet.
why we got to let them finish the question. I guess.
Exactly.
By the way, Titanic, though, is in the list of $58 billion box office movies. So you were not far off, all right? Number 3. Last summer's Inside Out 2 made $1 billion and features Maya Hawke voicing which orange-haired emotion? Which
Anxiety.
watching over me.
Yep,
Yeah, that's
there it
exactly
is.
it. Here
Yeah.
she is. All right, so that's a point to you,
That's
Whit
Whit's favorite
Johnson.
character.
Yeah, it's my favorite character. Also,
It's
that movie, I have 2 middle schoolers, so that movie hit very close to home.
Yes.
I was like, oh boy.
That
yes,
makes
we're
a lot of
familiar with
sense.
these.
All right, next question. The highest-grossing R-rated movie ever, Deadpool and Wolverine, opens with a dance/fight sequence set to which NSYNC song?
Bye, bye, bye.
Bye-bye. Very good.
Man.
I hope we're adding extra points, by the way, for these vocals, because some of them are pretty impressive. All right, question number 5. Frozen and Frozen 2 are both in the $1 billion club. What name did John Travolta use to introduce Idina Menzel at the 2014
Adele Nazim.
Yes!
How could you forget the intro?
The wickedly talented Adele Dazeem.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
Everybody's like, you know,
Yeah,
it was a good moment.
we all of America said, what did he just say? All right, next question. Only the first and last Harry Potter movies have crossed the $1 billion box office mark. What was the name of the late great actor who played Snape in
Alan.
both movies?
Alan.
You're almost
gosh.
there.
Oh, gosh. Alan.
Rickman. Alan
Rickman.
Rickman. Yes.
See, I
yes.
guess-
Gets partial credit.
Partial
for that.
credit there.
Yeah.
Yeah, very
the
good job,
character
you
that
guys.
makes you cry.
Always. And you don't expect it either. Yeah.
No.
Wait, so there wasn't a Clueless question in here? That we teased it up with Clueless, so I thought we were going to
Clueless
get
is
some
coming in
Clueless.
pop news.
Oh, it
As
is?
if,
Okay,
Janae.
There's a line I want to say so bad, but I'll wait till a commercial break.
She's just saying that she didn't get a single
None.
Yeah.
None.
Now with our play of the day and the audition tape that turned into a family affair. Take a look at this here. Michelle Batista submitted this video for a dancing role in a music video, okay, and invited her parents to get in on the action. So they grooved to KLK by J Balvin and Omega. Well, it turns out J Balvin liked it so much, he hired all 3 of them to be in the music video. So check out
That's
Dad
adorable.
and Mom front and center in Noventa by J Balvin and DJ Snake.
That is so funny.
Michelle thinks it's also funny that her parents got the close-ups while she was in the background.
That is hilarious. Dad's footwork was amazing, though.
I know. I like
Good
the
for
chain
them.
and everything.
Yeah.
The footwork is good there.
Yeah.
They're good dancers.
Oh, that's so sweet.
I love it. That's cool.
Well, still coming up here in our second hour, our cover story, the popular global online platform Roblox introduces a new age verification system. We'll show you how it works.
And a Broadway play starring Sadie Singh from the Stranger Things. Stick around, you're watching GMA.
Good morning, America. It's our second hour. Breaking news, a car slams into a crowd outside a nightclub in East Hollywood. More than 30 people injured, dozens sent to the hospital, the chaotic scene, and what we're learning about the driver.
Game changer, Roblox rolling out new technology using AI in an effort to protect the millions of teens who use the popular gaming platform, how it works, and why it could have ripple effects across the internet.
And this morning, Tina Fey's latest movie, a Broadway big screen crossover project, going from stage to screen with another high school drama, with potential nods to Taylor Swift and Lorde.
And Malin Ackerman live on GMA talking her new show.
Well, I think this party just got a whole lot better.
And whether she'll be making her own comeback, as she's saying,
Good morning, America. Mwah.
Live from ABC News headquarters in New York City, it's Saturday. Good Morning America.
And we do say good morning, America, on this Saturday. We are so excited to chat with actress Malin Ackerman. She's got a look at her new show, The Hunting Wives, and how she plays into a storyline packed with drama, tension, and secrets. So fun to have her.
Yes, definitely looking forward to that. Plus, the popular gaming platform that's rolling out brand new features to boost safety for children online.
Yeah, that's an important one. But we do begin with breaking news out of California. A driver plowed into a crowd of people outside a nightclub in East Hollywood, injuring more than 30 people. ABC's Melissa Don joined us live from the scene there with the latest. Good morning, Melissa.
Janae, good morning. We're here in East Hollywood. This is where a car rammed into a crowd of people in the overnight hours. You can see right behind us here, this is the music venue. Right now there is crime scene tape around here as crews are starting to clean up what happened. About 30 people injured after a gray car rammed into a crowd of people that were outside of this music venue that was having an event through last night. There was also a crowd standing outside in the line by the valet and near a taco stand. All of them injured. We're told by the LA Fire captain that it was upwards of 30 people injured, at least 7 in critical condition with the most serious injuries, about 6 also hospitalized, and more than a dozen dealing with minor injuries. Now, one patient was also taken with a gunshot wound. It appears that that person involved in all of this after it was just such a chaotic scene. We've seen video of bystanders going in, trying to help out those victims that were suffering in that moment of panic and fear. And it was a massive response from first responders, upwards of 100 firefighters on scene, 25 police officers from the LAPD, of course, as they are now investigating what exactly led up to that driver to suddenly crash their vehicle into this music venue area, hitting this crowd. It appears then that that driver, bystanders nearby actually took out the driver, confronted him. So right now we're just following up with this investigation with the Los Angeles Police Department. Guys.
Let's hope that all of those people recover. And I know you're going to stay on this all day long on ABC News Live. Melissa, thank you so much. Now, President Trump's $10 billion lawsuit filed overnight against the Wall Street Journal over a letter that the paper says Trump allegedly sent to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday. ABC's Olivia Rubin is here now with more on this. Olivia, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Gio. It was an explosive day for President Trump on a story he has repeatedly said he just wants people to stop talking about. But he's now going back to court in 2 ways, and he's gearing up for what could be a lengthy legal process that might not end anytime soon. This morning, the Department of Justice now officially asking the courts to unseal those grand jury transcripts in the case of convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. It's a move that makes good on a recent promise from President Trump as he tries to find an off-ramp and tamp down some of that outrage coming from within his own base over his administration's handling of the case. Trump saying, quote, based on the ridiculous amount of publicity given to Jeffrey Epstein, I've asked the Attorney General Pam Bondi to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony, subject to court approval. But the critics say grand jury transcripts are not enough.
Here's the problem. The grand jury testimony is largely about Epstein and Maxwell, not about all the rich and powerful men who abused, assaulted, and abandoned young women. Those people are still being protected.
ABC's Mary Bruce with the president.
Mr. President, why haven't you ordered Pam Bondi to release the full files?
The DOJ acknowledging in its filing that their request followed, quote, significant public interest ever since they released that memo almost 2 weeks ago saying a review found no evidence that Epstein kept a client list. Trump's base erupting given some of Trump's own supporters have embraced various Epstein conspiracies. That directive from Trump, of course, coming just hours after the Wall Street Journal reported on a letter Trump allegedly wrote to Epstein in 2003 for Epstein's 50th birthday. ABC News has not confirmed the existence of the letter, and Trump denies he wrote it, now filing a $10 billion defamation lawsuit against the paper and its owner, Rupert Murdoch, saying the letter is, quote, non-existent. Dow Jones, the parent company of the Wall Street Journal, saying in a statement they have, quote, full confidence in the rigor and accuracy of our reporting and will vigorously defend against any lawsuit. Now, it's not clear how much new information actually exists in those grand jury documents, and it's still likely to be a long and complicated road until any of them are actually released, and that's if they ever are. There now will likely be hearings for a judge to consider the legal arguments and critically weigh what impact this could have on any potential victims.
As you note, a long legal process likely ahead, too. Olivia, thank you. We appreciate it. All right, we do want to shift gears now, turning to all the excitement surrounding the WNBA All-Star Weekend. The top players taking part in the skills contest overnight ahead of the big game, and ABC's Christian Cordero is where it's all happening in Indianapolis. Christian, good morning.
Whit, good morning from the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the home court of the other CC. And if you were with us in the last half hour, then you know that is about the only thing Caitlin Clark and I have in common. But in all seriousness, this energy here in Indianapolis has been electric through the weekend. The WNBA All-Star Weekend kicked off last night with the three-point competition, and New York Liberty's Sabrina Ionescu proved yet again why she is the queen of that contest, dropping 30 points, second only to her 2023 record of 37 points. And in the skills competition, players raced through different shooting and passing drills. Liberty teammate Natasha Cloud lifted the trophy there, beating Seattle's Erica Wheeler, get this, by just 1 second. Now tonight it's the main event, of course, Team Clark or Team Collier. Caitlin Clark, unfortunately, she will have to cheer her team on from the sidelines as she recovers from an injury, while Nafisa, aka MVP Collier, will suit up and try to lead her team to victory. It's going to be a good one, guys. The talent and the depth of talent on this court will be something to witness tonight, all the way from the three rookies who are suiting up for their first All-Star game to veterans like Nneka Ogwumike playing in her 10th All-Star game of her career. Guys.
Excellent. And all the contests have been so much fun to watch leading up to the big game, too. Christian, we need to get you to take another shot, though. Just the first one.
I'm going to ice my shoulder for the next hour, at least.
Little rehab, get to the training room. We'll see you back out there. Thank you, Christian. All right, coming up here on our GMA Morning Menu, Malin Ackerman joins us to talk about her new show, The Hunting Wives.
We are looking forward to that. Also ahead in Pop News, Will Gans is telling us why these Barbies are going back to the 90s and getting clueless, and he'll break down why Gen Z is becoming known for the Gen Z stare and what it really means.
Is that the one?
Is that? Are you just angry at us? Like, what's going on? Okay, Tori Johnson's here also to dish out some deals for your kitchen and home. We'll be right back. You're watching GMA on a Saturday morning.
And we're back now with our GMA cover story and a Roblox game changer here. This is a gaming platform. It's added new technology to verify the age of millions of kids who play. As Becky Worley shows us, it could set a precedent for the whole industry when it comes to kids and safety online.
On the Roblox platform, chats and interaction are the name of the game. And for safety online, Roblox has introduced an age estimation tool. It's required for teens to access unfiltered private messaging and voice chats, and it helps to ensure online acquaintances are the age they say they are. Roblox using selfie technology and AI systems to try to determine whether a player is over the age of 13.
Obviously, we can't estimate someone's age perfectly, but we can get really close.
I give it a try.
Ready to take a selfie? Let's do it. Turn left, turn right. I know this is going to come as a surprise, but it actually says I'm not under 13 years old.
The innovation could have ripple effects across the tech industry.
What you're telling me is we have all of the information we already need to help protect our children
Correct.
when it comes to age verification. We just have companies that are unwilling to do the hard thing that would be the best thing for our kids.
Do you see this technology really broadening across different platforms?
I would say for Roblox, given this 20-year history of building safety and civility into everything we do, we typically don't wait for legislation. I mean, we do what we think is right for the company.
For Good Morning America, Becky Worley, ABC News, San Mateo, California.
Our thanks to Becky Worley for that. And we were just talking here, parents will be eager to see if this new age of verifying technology sets a new standard for all gaming platforms. We were saying my kids are obsessed with Roblox, it's the whole thing.
Yep, mine's into Minecraft.
Your son is getting into it too,
He loves
right?
it. He can't stop talking about it.
But parents need to know that these protections are in place.
Completely.
Yeah.
Good
100%. All right, time for some pop news now. Will Gans is here. You've
My
been teasing
kids are really
Clueless.
into pop news,
Yeah,
so
right?
we're going to
Yes.
hook them up.
Fitting.
Are we your kids?
Yeah, you are. In many ways, yes. Okay. We begin pop news with Tina Fey, who not only made Fetch happen on the big screen back in 2004, but she did it again when she brought Mean Girls to Broadway back in 2017, and now she's doing the Broadway big screen crossover once again. This time, Tina will produce a film adaptation of John Proctor is the Villain, with Sadie Sink on board to executive produce, and playwright Kimberly Bellflower adapting the script for the big screen. Sadie was just nominated for a Tony for acting in the play. It's about a group of high school students studying the Crucible in their one-stoplight town in Georgia and uncovering some difficult truths along the way. The story incorporates musical references from Taylor Swift and from Lorde, with the latter checking out the show just last week. The play's official Instagram page sharing moments of Lorde meeting the cast and meeting Kimmy Bellflower. Lorde's review of the show, it destroyed me.
Wow. I mean, you just reminded me I need to see it.
Maybe
I'll just wait for the big screen version? Or
No,
I got
do
it.
both.
Okay,
Do both, and I'll go
Gio
with you.
responds to Broadway like it's a sporting event.
Yeah.
It's like, oh.
Exactly. Yeah. Chest bump for John Proctor. Yeah, no, I'm with you. That's how I am too. All right. Also this morning, tired of talking about Clueless 3 decades later? As if. Thank you, Janae. That's right. Clueless is celebrating its 30th birthday today. The film, which is an adaptation of Jane Austen's Emma, became an instant summer classic when it hit theaters on July 19th, 1995, raking in $56 million at the box office. And now, to honor the milestone, Clueless is coming back into select theaters so fans can see Cher, Dion, Ty, and Josh on the big screen once again. And Barbie,
for the first time, like Janae.
right.
Yeah.
Once again, Barbie is getting in on the 90s fun as well, revealing new dolls on Instagram that look just like our favorite plaid-wearing character. Cher even comes with a learner's permit since she doesn't have her license yet, and we are totally bugging over all of this.
I will say, when I'm driving, there are times when I come to a stop sign and I'm like, I totally paused. Doesn't completely stop.
All you have to do.
Yes.
Yeah, according to Cher Horowitz, okay? By the way, Janae, you have a line in this pod, okay? So when
Okay.
it comes up,
All right,
yeah.
I'm ready.
Now we're moving on to a debate between generations that's taking over the internet. The issue at the center of it all, the Gen Z stare.
Well, Will, are you going to tell us about it?
What?
Wait.
By the way, you should get an Oscar for that. Okay, so the Gen Z stare, y'all.
She reads a teleprompter every
a living,
day
yeah.
for a living. And then she's like,
well, Will, nailed it.
Her character has a full backstory.
Yeah.
She just arrived on the train from, Tennessee. I love it. Anyway, the Gen Z stare, by the way, y'all, it's the blank look that 20-somethings and teens will often give when they're getting questions they don't care about, okay? Think Olivia and Paula in season 1 of The White Lotus. And Gen Zers say that this stare is most often employed when working in a service-based industry, right? The New York Times describing it as the blank look of someone in a service job who's handling frustrating requests from a customer. So some content creators are saying that it's Gen Z's way of saying that the customer is not always right. This has sparked debate from millennials who say they're mostly just confused as to how to interpret the stare, especially when they're on the receiving end. Have you ever been?
I've been on the, by the way, not just Gen Z, but I've been on the receiving end. It is so frustrating.
Yeah.
It's like, respond.
Well, my
Say something.
kids do that to me all the time. So now we just have a name for it. Don't give me the Gen Z stare.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, answer your father.
Right.
That's how the conversation.
For me, it's like,
Oh my gosh.
and as they should, as they should.
Yeah,
no wonder they don't talk. No wonder they don't talk to me.
That's why he gets the stare.
Yeah.
That was great.
Good
Thank
stuff,
you.
Will.
Appreciate
guys.
you.
Now to deals and steals. This morning, kitchen and home, indoors and outdoors. Tori Johnson is here with these deals that you will only find on GMA. Hey, Tori, let's start with barbecuing.
Yeah, so this is baseball BBQ, and it's
Adorable.
all about merging your love of grilling with, of course, love for your favorite
Yeah.
MLB team. So I love these great cutting boards, kind of look like home plate with the MLB team logo right there in it. But then we also have all of the grilling tools, and you see there's so many details. So you've got a logo on the end, you've got this here. I'm sorry that the Met's buried right there because there's a one Laura Zaccaro who writes for this show.
That is so funny.
And will like have my neck if the Mets are not shown. So no matter your team, we've got you covered. All of the MLB teams are here. Everything's half price starting at $15. Really great way to amplify your grilling experience.
Okay, let's talk about these bento
boxes. Yeah, so this is Brooklyn Bento, and you can take your lunch to work in style, send the kids back to school in style, because what I love about a lot of their stainless steel containers is that it's a perfect alternative to plastic.
Yes.
It's reusable, it's sustainable, and super functional. This is one of my favorites
That's
because
a great top.
It's such a good top, leak proof, and it also comes with this, which you can either use for salad dressing, condiments, dip, but also if you're putting a little like almonds on the side, you can separate them here. So the containers are fabulous. The lunch bags are really great too. We've got big coolers, lunch coolers, thermoses. So if you're taking even a soup or something, pasta type
we were
thing
looking
in
at
those
this one
thermoses,
earlier.
everything is so smart. All slashed in half starts at $13.
All right.
All right, then
This
for little
is so
ambiance,
multi-tasking.
Yes. Yeah. So you get the cool light ambiance, that little flame flicker there, but then you also get great sound because these are Bluetooth speakers. So you get the sound, the ambiance. You can either get it like this to carry by yourself with a little handle there, or you can get them with the stakes if you want to stick it in the ground. These make, whether it is a romantic dinner or just hanging out on the patio, a lot more fun. Up to 62% savings from Limitless.
Those are great.
They are great. Okay, this is called the fidget game, and this helps any kid to master the basics with reading skills through hands-on play. So that means no apps, no pressure, no prep. In as little as even just 15 minutes. What's great is that it is created by a teacher, science-backed, used in classrooms in about 52,000 classrooms nationwide, and they're aligned with state standards, which I also love. And so it's like tactile play. It's a combination of these little fidget pieces plus flashcards.
This is
great. 15 minutes, no screen time, just incredible. A teachable moment, 50% off plus free shipping.
Oh my gosh, a good way to get ahead of the summer slide with kids.
Exactly. Woolsey, we love these dryer balls. So we've got the extra large dryer balls that are really great to be able to cut the drying time, keep clothes static free, wrinkle free. So you can either get them unscented, or we've got a kit that has little essential oils that you just put a little drops on the ball, and then it brings a little scent to your laundry. These are so smart, energy saver, reusable, all 50% off on these packs.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching. And then finally, I'm really excited about these pillows making their deals debut. This is called Mummy Sleep. If you notice—
Mummy Sleep?
Yes.
Sign me up.
Sign me up, right? Do you notice this stitching in here? So this keeps all of the fill in its place. So your fill
doesn't go flat.
So it doesn't go flat, so it doesn't move to one side instead of the other. It keeps this completely supportive all the time. Plus, it's luxuriously soft. It's got a really great cooling feel. It's got kind of like nice mesh for airflow.
Different sizes.
2 different sizes, but again, keeps the shape, keeps the support, keeps the fluff.
Mummy Sleep.
And it keeps you 50%
Sign
off.
me up. Thank you so much,
exactly.
Tori. You can get all these
you're
deals
in the position.
on our, on our website, goodmorningamerica.com. And we will be right back here on GMA. We'll see you in a second.
Today, we are your defenders. The 4 of us will face the danger, and we will protect you.
Is this guy good?
Oh, that looks so good. Back now on GMA with a look at the trailer for the Fantastic Four: First Steps. And exciting news for Marvel fans, Disney Plus will live stream Monday night's blue carpet world premiere. The, quote, unprecedented live experience will feature cast interviews, surprises, as well as a sneak peek at the film, of course. All of the fun starts Monday night, 7 p.m. Pacific time on Disney Plus.
Very cool little sneak peek there. Well, now let's take a look at some of the other headlines that we're following right now. A teenage surfer in Florida is recovering this morning after being bitten by a shark in New Smyrna Beach. The 18-year-old was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. This is the 4th shark bite in New Smyrna Beach this year.
President Trump signed into law landmark legislation governing cryptocurrency. The so-called Genius Act outlines regulations for a specific digital currency known as stable coins. The legislation aims to make the popular cryptocurrency more mainstream and accessible.
And the Philadelphia Eagles finally have their Super Bowl rings. Players and coaches on Friday were presented with the rings that hold a wealth of detail as well, including 145 diamonds on it for the number of points scored in the playoffs. And this is my favorite part. Take a look at that, the retractable wings. Fly, Eagles, fly. They extend with the press of a button. The Eagles logo also sits over 2 Lombardi trophies, signifying the team's Super Bowl wing.
Fly, Eagles,
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, now to our real top story here.
Yes.
Our next
the moment
guest
you've
right
all
here.
been waiting for.
You know her from movies like Watchmen, The Heartbreak Kid, which, by the way, is one of Whit's favorites.
And my wife and I.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
27 Dresses as well. Now, Malin Ackerman stars as the Queen Bee of the new Netflix show, The Hunting Wives, and she is joining us live here. It is so good to see you.
Welcome.
Yes, big round of applause. Okay, so you got to give us the PG version of this because the show's hot.
Okay. It is hot. It's really great. And it follows this woman played by Brittany Snow. Her name is Sophie. She comes to a small East Texas town. She gets enamored by Margot Banks, played by me, who is this socialite in a group of hunting wives. And as she gets entranced and familiar with this group, a lot of dangerous liaisons come together and wreak havoc. So it's a lot of fun.
Excellent. And the show, we know it's based on the novel by May Cobb.
It is,
But I understand that there are some surprises within the series that even like the biggest fans of the book wouldn't see coming, right?
Yes, that is correct. I think, May Cobb was on set with us, which is great. She's an EP on the show, and her and Rebecca Cutter, who adapted this book, came together and just said, maybe we'll bring a little creative liberty into it and give some surprises to all audiences so that, the avid book fans come in and go, oh, this is new and exciting, and you might not have guessed what would be happening. So I think they came together and just made a united decision. So I hope the fans like it.
And I love that May's involved in that too. So that's a big part of
she
it.
was
Nod to the fans. Yeah.
so happy to be on set, so excited to see her characters come to life. So we feel like we got the author's stamp of approval on this one.
Amazing. Let's take a look at a clip we have here.
Oh, hell, people don't care about that anymore. They don't want a Boy Scout. They want a man.
Well, I'm a woman. It's different for me.
Enough with the feminism. Starting to sound like my ex-wife.
Well, maybe Sienna was right about something.
I said enough.
It's different from me. What's that accent? Yeah, what's the key to that good Texas twang?
A really good dialect coach.
Yeah. Did it take a lot of work?
It took a lot of work. Yeah, I'm terrible at accents. It's one of my things that I just can't do. I did an audition once and I had to do an Italian accent. I was formerly married to an Italian. And when I was doing the accent, he goes, oh, you sound Polish. I was like, I don't sound Polish. Went in, did the voiceover audition, and the casting director went, sorry, can you try that again? You sound a little Polish.
That's funny.
And I lived with an Italian. I mean, it took a lot of work, yes, but we got there.
You nailed this one.
Yeah, you got the Texas one at least. Can we talk about the comeback? Season 3, will we see you in it?
I don't know yet. I don't know if you will or not. I actually texted Lisa, and they said they're in the middle of writing it. So hopefully, if it lends itself to the story, then of course Juno will be back. But fingers crossed.
Well,
if not,
it lends itself to the story, but also a plea from all of us. Lisa, please.
We just put it out into the universe, so there you go. Another show that we're all big fans of here, Paradise. Emmy nominated on Hulu, and I understand that your son, Sebastian, may be making an appearance in season 2. How did this come together?
It is, the boy's he's grown up on sets, and I've been fighting it for so long, and he's been saying he's wanted to do acting. I don't know if you say that, but anyway, I just did. He wants to act, and so I thought, you know what? Fine, I'll get him an agent. We'll start slow. First audition, nails it. no lines, which is great. It was real kind of simple, but it's for one episode, and he plays this post-apocalyptic child living in silence with 3 other kids and gets to work with Sterling K. Brown. So I was a stage mom.
Yeah. How was that for you as a mom?
It was so strange. It was lovely. Everyone was so lovely, but it was really weird not to be able to be part of it and walk up to the directors and chat with them about the scenes. You know, I just
Were you
had
his
to
coach,
sit back.
though?
Sort of. He didn't really need it, to be honest with you. Yeah, he kind of went in, and again, it's not a huge bit, but super exciting for him to start there and, you know, get to chat with. I was very excited because I love Sterling, and so got to chat with him a bit. But yeah, I was on the sidelines in the dark.
It's such a special moment for you. You have all these projects going on, and now you can kind of pass along this knowledge to your son. We'll see how far he takes it.
Yeah, hopefully I'll go a different route, but yeah, sure.
Well, it's such a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for coming in. We truly appreciate it. The Hunting Wives premieres Monday on Netflix.
We're back now with this month's GMA Book Club pick. It's Aisling Rawls' debut novel, The Compound. Aisling, thank you so much for being here.
Welcome.
Congratulations, a debut novel. So the book was described as like part reality dating show, part Lord of the Flies. Where did the idea come from?
Yeah, I had this idea in my head of 2 beautiful women waking up in this glamorous, sort of dilapidated house, and as they walked around, they found the bodies of other beautiful sleeping women kind of littered around like trash. And I didn't really know what that scene was or what it meant, but I wrote the scene, and it kind of reminded me of the opening of Love Island when the girls are waiting for the boys. And so I wanted to do something like that, but where the arrival of the boys felt kind of more sinister than it did sexy.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. And so the story, it's also a bit of a critique of consumerism?
Yeah.
Talk to us about that.
Yeah, it felt like a good kind of container to talk about that hollow thrill of materialism where they perform and kind of carry out tasks for rewards. And they all think that the more things that they're going to get, the happier they're going to be. But actually they find that they're just trying to fill a void. So it felt like the right place to talk about it.
Yeah.
Aisling, I think we're all blown away by the fact that you wrote this in 6 weeks. How is that even possible?
I know, it was a real fever dream. It was my summer holidays as a teacher, and I felt very productive. And yeah, it was a really lovely experience.
That might be the most productive summer of any teacher of all time, like 6 weeks. But like, give us a little clue on the process, though. Like, are you writing like day and night, 20 hours a day? Like, what did it take?
Pretty much, yeah. I was doing a little bit of teaching during that time. I was teaching English as a foreign language, but just part-time. So when I wasn't in the classroom, I was spending every kind of spare moment scribbling away. And I went to my dad's house in the countryside, and it was very kind of serene and idyllic there. So it was a nice place to just kind of hammer out all the details. And
Handwrite.
Handwritten. First of all, I just listening to you, by the way, wouldn't you love to have her as a teacher? She is so calm and sweet. Yeah.
There is some other exciting news too, because not only is this your debut novel, but The Compound is also going to be headed to the small screen. I know you can't share all the details, but what can you tell us about a potential series in the works?
Yeah, I can't really say much about it. It's a very early process, so all I know is that it's been optioned, which is really cool.
Okay,
Wow.
fantastic. Congratulations.
Yeah, huge congratulations. What is it like for you to take this all in, that this was 6 weeks of a fever dream, as you described it, and it's not only the GMA Book Club pick for the month, but it's coming to the small screen. You're doing these interviews. What's that like?
Oh, it's surreal. I'm really, really grateful. It's been such a lovely opportunity, and yeah, I just feel very lucky.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you mentioned that you were a teacher when you were editing the book. You also got your students involved in the process. How was that?
Unwittingly, I don't think they realized that they were in on the process. I kind of was editing at the time, and I think I was sort of smuggling into the classes some of the ideas I was working on in the book. You know, I was kind of saying, and what do you guys think about late stage capitalism? And kind of, you know, feeding off of their energy. So
how did your sister help you in this?
Yeah, I think that she kind of helped in a lot of ways without even knowing. I think that for me, my kind of litmus test as to whether I like a book is that if I finish it and I really want to tell my sister, I know it's a really good read. And I think I finished the book and I thought, I really want to talk to my sister about this. And that was kind of how I knew it was something to pursue.
Well, you know what? We heard that you're a really big fan of mugs. So we wanted to make sure
Who isn't?
to get you our GMA mug to take with you.
That is a coveted object, too. We can't even get those around here.
Thank
Congratulations.
you so much.
Oh, congratulations. And of course, the compound is available right now. Thank you, Ashley.
And coming up, Will Gans is back with ABC's Secret Sales with clever solutions for everything from setting up a tent to seeing in the dark. Is Will in there? Is it? That's what's going on. That's what it is. Secret Sales after this. All right, we are back now with Will Gans and ABC's Secret Sales with clever solutions, everything from camping, recovery, convenience, and more.
And more.
And let's head over here because if you like camping, the worst part is setting up the tent.
And this will take all of that hassle out. Yeah, you're going to redefine the camping experience. These tents from Reactive Outdoor are called 3 Seconds, 3 Secs as it's abbreviated. And it's a pre-assembled tent that sets up in literally just seconds. You just lift it, lock it, and you're done. And I was talking to Liz who set these up
Lift
this
it,
morning,
lock it,
and
load
you're
it.
done. And it's just as easy to disassemble. So the small size that's right behind you is comfortable for 1 to 2 people. The large over there behind you is for 2 to 3 people. The family bundle that we have today, you'll get 2 tents, 1 small and 1 large, to accommodate a family up to 5. 20% plus free shipping.
There you go.
Today
Free shipping,
from
folks.
Reactive Outdoors.
Ooh. Fresh socks.
Vim and Vigor. So these are compression socks. They are graduated compression. So at the ankle, they're knitted a little bit tighter. They get relaxed as you go up the leg. Lots of fun patterns and colors. As you see here, promoting increased blood flow, healthy circulation, sitting, standing, whether you might be expecting or you're traveling on a plane or something like that. 50% off today from Vim and Vigor.
That's great.
Yes. All right. This is microwavable heating pads that have more than 5,000 5-star reviews online. They're fabulous for muscle pain, cramps, joint stiffness, and tension. You microwave them for up to 2 minutes, and then you just put them wherever you need a little bit of help. You can also pop them in the freezer if you put them in a bag first. Maybe you want some cold compression. That's good for reducing inflammation and swelling and headaches as well. We have eye pillows. We have aromatherapy options. You can save on all of these self-care options. And the brand, by the way, is called Saxy Time.
Okay.
I love a pun around here.
I love these heated eye pillows, by the way.
Oh
they're
gosh.
great.
If you have a little bit of a migraine, yeah, that's the best. All right, pathway and accent lighting from Snap Power. So the great thing
you know
about
how I
this,
feel about lighting.
Yeah, it's
the
key.
kelvins, the lumens, you got to get
Yes.
it just right.
So the great thing about these is you put them in place of where your outlet cover would be.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you don't have to use up an outlet to get some lighting in a hallway, in a kitchen, in a bathroom, anywhere. And they turn on automatically when it's dark out. So then you have these little accent lighting things whenever you need them. Today you'll save 30% on a 2-pack.
I like it. And it's about 3,000 kelvins, I can already tell, which is lovely for a warm interior light.
And I've always
Yes,
said that.
yes.
Yeah, exactly. All right, now you're going to
Little
get
dad
your bed.
knowledge on you.
Yes, an effortless upgrade here from Linens and Hutch. Deep pocket sheet sets, twice as durable as cotton. They're wrinkle resistant and ideal for sensitive skin and allergies. Breathable 100% rayon from Bamboo. We have sheet sets available today. They're soft and cooling. We also have the waffle textured down alternative comforter set. How luxurious is that? And then you're touching right there, the chunky knit throws. These are a fan favorite.
Oh, these are great.
They'll automatically dress up a couch or a chair or a bed, anything that you might need. Save more than 60% today from Linens and Hutch.
Excellent. All right, Will, thanks so much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Rick
it. As
Johnson.
always, of course, we've partnered with all these companies on these great bargains. You can get them by scanning the QR code right there at the bottom of your screen, or you can go to our website.
What a week, Judge Judy,
Yes.
Martin Short, Jimmy Kimmel. All right, thanks for staying with us here.
Yep, you can catch more weekend news coverage, weather with Samara and Gio over on ABC News Live.
And Will.
And
that's
Will.
right.
That's right, you're there too.
Did you?
Sorry,
I'm here.
So sorry.
We got you. We love you, Will Gans. You have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.